Everyone in the galaxy was terrified to get close to this alien woman, except this human. The Convocation of Worlds was supposed to be a place of diplomacy, not dread. But when Vel-Rhea entered, dread walked with her. She was tall as a war mech, armor black as obsidian, eyes like dying stars. She moved with the poise of a predator, each step carrying weight enough to silence an entire hall. Delegates from 100 species shifted uncomfortably, wings folded, tendrils drawn back, eyes averted. None dared approach. Vel-Rhea was not simply a warrior. She was a Deathborne, the empress who had shattered fleets, leveled planets, and broken peace treaties with little more than her presence. Whispers said she bore a curse, that her armor fed on the life force of those who touched her. And so the galaxy obeyed a single rule. No one came close, except Marcus Hale. Marcus hadn't even known who she was at first. He wasn't a politician or a soldier. He was a mechanic, a wanderer who traded skill with his hands for passage between systems. He had been hired by the Convocation staff to keep the life support system steady. Filters replaced, regulators tuned, nothing glamorous. But Marcus had a problem. He was human, and humans had a habit of ignoring rules when something didn't sit right. The moment he saw Vel-Rhea, he noticed a hum, a low, uneven whine, rising and faltering like a dying engine. He followed the sound with trained instinct, the way he would in a hangar full of ships. His eyes narrowed as he traced it, not to the chamber walls, not to filtration ducts, but to her armor. Everyone else in the Convocation avoided her gaze. Marcus frowned and walked toward her. The hall gasped. Delegates shifted, horrified, some drawing back as if distance alone could shield them. No one approached the Deathborne. No one spoke to her directly. Yet the human strode forward, grease-stained jacket and tool pack slung over his shoulder, utterly unimpressed. Vel-Rhea's eyes fixed on him, cold and unblinking. "Human," she said, her voice resonating like thunder rolling down mountains. "Do you know who I am?" Marcus nodded. "You're the one making that awful sound, like a grav stabilizer about to rupture." Gasps filled the air. A dozen species recoiled. To speak so bluntly, so casually, to mock her? Madness. Vel-Rhea tilted her head, the faintest ripple of curiosity flickering beneath her obsidian helm. "You dare compare my armor to machinery?" Marcus shrugged. "If it hums, if it rattles, if it sparks, it's machinery to me, and yours is failing." He tapped his ear. "Every time the pitch spikes, I can feel the charge in my fillings. That's not normal. Sooner or later it'll blow, and when it does, you won't be scaring anyone." The galaxy held its breath. Then Vel-Rhea laughed. It was not soft laughter. It was a laughter of storms breaking over oceans, of weapons discharging across battlefields. And yet, for the first time in years, it wasn't edged with pain. "You would fix what gods themselves forged?" she asked, amusement curling in her voice. Marcus smirked faintly. "Lady, I patched freighters together with chewing gum and prayer. Can't be harder than that." They gave him a chamber. Not willingly. The staff argued, begged, pleaded, but Vel-Rhea silenced him with a gesture. "If he fails," she said, her gaze never leaving Marcus, "his life is forfeit. If he succeeds," her voice lowered to something almost dangerous, "then perhaps I will know what it is to be whole again." The chamber was bare save for the throne-like charger at its center, and Vel-Rhea herself, standing tall and terrible. Guards lingered only a heartbeat before fleeing, unwilling to remain. Marcus set down his tools. His hands trembled, but not from fear, from focus. He circled her, studying the armor. Here, a crack where energy leaked. There, a conduit sparking against its housing. Veins of alien metal pulsating unevenly. The whole thing looked alive, half machine, half creature. All pain. "Sit," Marcus said. Vel-Rhea's eyes narrowed. None had commanded her in centuries. Yet she sat. Hours passed. Sparks flew. Energy hissed and snapped. Marcus swore under his breath as he worked, cutting into conduits, splicing wires, bridging alien biometal with scavenged regulators from his kit. Velrea watched him in silence, her presence pressing on him like gravity. At last she spoke. "Why do you not fear me, human? Others flee at my shadow. You touch the armor they believe devours souls." Marcus didn't glance up. Fear's a waste of time when something's broken. And you're broken. Not beyond fixing, but broken. Her breath caught just slightly. "You see me as ordinary. Right now?" Marcus tightened the coupling, sparks burning across his hands. "I see you as a woman about to cook alive in her own armor if I don't finish this patch." For a long time, she said nothing. Then softly, "It has been centuries since anyone spoke to me as if I were only a woman." The last regulator slid into place. Marcus wiped sweat and soot from his brow. "Try it now." Velrea rose. The armor thrummed, not with a shriek of dying power, but with a steady heartbeat. Its glow stabilized, its cracks sealing with a faint shimmer. She inhaled sharply, the first easy breath she'd taken in years. The agony that had chained her frame was gone. The hum no longer screamed. It sang. She looked down at Marcus, this grease-stained human who had touched what none dare touch. "You have done what no engineer, no sorcerer, no supplicant could," she whispered. "You have unbound me." Marcus exhaled, tired but steady. "Nah, just fix the leak." Her lips curved into something the galaxy thought lost forever. A smile. When Velrea emerged from the chamber, silence fell. Her armor gleamed, no longer cracked and groaning, but radiant, alive. She walked like a queen reborn, and at her side walked Marcus Hale, utterly unafraid. Delegates stared in disbelief. The Deathborne, who had walked alone for centuries, who none dared approach, now let a human stand close enough to touch. Velrea raised her voice, her gaze sweeping the hall. "You have all feared me, but this human did not. He came close when none would. He saw not a curse, but a wound, and he mended it." She extended a hand toward Marcus. "From this day he walks with me. Let the galaxy bear witness." Whispers filled the chamber. Terror turned to awe, fear to uncertainty. The unthinkable had happened. The Deathborne was no longer untouchable. Later, when the chamber was empty, Marcus sat against a wall, exhausted. Velrea stood over him, her smile faint but real. "You risked your life," she said. "Why?" Marcus looked up, weary eyes steady. "Because someone had to, and because I couldn't stand the sound of that whining hum." Velrea's laugh shook the walls. For the first time in centuries, it was not dreadful, it was free.